Okay, guys, welcome to a vintage challenge. We're playing Dredge. This is the Dredge list that Aaron used got to get second place at the Mana Traders. Um, so the big things we've got on our deck here are 3 Force of Negations, 2 Bridge, 2 Therapy. The rest of it is fairly standard. I think I'd prefer a 4th Shell over a 4th Thug. It means we're better game 1 this way round, but the 4th Shell means that we've got max green for Vigors, but hey, that's what we've got. So yeah, Aaron got second place in the Mana Traders with it. Nice 8-1 Swiss round, and then I believe they split the finals, but I can't be sure. So yeah, we're going to give it a run through this vintage challenge here and see how we get on. I'll see you down there for round 1 in just a mo. But vintage Dredge, Mulligan to Bazaar, get some dredges going. Put your deck into your graveyard, bring back some Icarids, some Amalgams, some Narcomoebas, attack them, and Creeping Chill them. And then, yeah, interact with some Griefs, Blue Permission, that sort of thing. Easy game. Okie dokie, round 1, we're up against the guy again, 365, 164. So there's quite a lot of them, quite the cohort. We're on the play. We've got Bazaar on 7, Force of Will, 2 Dredges. Yeah, this is cracked. This is the dream, really, isn't it? This is the absolute dream. So, well, the dream is to activate Bazaar and draw 2 hollow ones, I think. So Bazaar goes in. That'll do. That'll do. And now we'll cast a hollow one. Caca. So we've got 2 forces. We've got a misstep. We can get the amalgam gun next turn if we want to. Let's see what our opponent's up to. Also a gamer. Okay. Interesting. So 7 cards from them. What do we care about here? I guess it's just like we want to keep the board clear for. We want to keep the board clear, so I guess I'm forcing hollow ones here. Probably like Force of Will pitching misstep on a hollow one. So Bridge, Thug, Shell. Am I forcing Griefs? Probably, seeing as they've just binked a Bridge. Ooh, words are hard. Bridge is pretty big in the mirror. Bridge is quite the breaker. So I'm on the play with the hollow one in play, so advantage there. But they do have the Bridge from below going, so a big advantage in their favour. We're going to force this Grief just to try and keep the way clear. They've got a hollow one, which is a bit of a dagger. But I'm going to come off this negation. I don't think it does anything. But we do have a troll. Big news. So Golgari Grave Troll, and then Golgari Thug. Nothing of note going on over there in my graveyard. And then draw step. I really want to hit just like Narcomoeba Therapy. So let's troll 2 chills. Okay, so 2 chills is going to keep the board clear for a mo. Well, not the board clear, but it's going to keep us alive, right? They've got 3 cards in hand. I don't think they do anything. Kind of unfortunate that we didn't hit a Narcomoeba in the top half of our deck here. They're just going to trade. They're going to get a bridge token, but their bridge is going to die. So that's good for us. We didn't hit any of our bridges, so our bridges don't die. Which means we're probably a bridge to the good across the deck. So they hit 2 Icarids here. I hit 0 Icarids. I don't know if this is going to be helpful, but there's on the left. They've got another bridge. They've got 2 Amalgams, 2 Icarids, 2 Grease. Well, they've dredged a fair bit better than we have. Okay. And then they'll get in for their 2. I really needed to hit an Icarid just so I could kill their bridges. So once again, we want Narc plus Chill. Narc plus Therapy. Stinkweed Imp. as a Narcomoeba. No therapies just yet. So double Stinkweed Imp here. Triple Narcomoeba. 0 therapies so far. Another Chill's quite tasty though. And the reason I keep going on about therapy is just so I can kill their bridges, right? So I only play 2 of them, so it's hard to find. But some Narcs come in, some Amalgams trigger. And this is just a balls to the walls race, really, isn't it? Dredge the Troll, maximum looks. I hit a therapy and I hit my own bridge. I'm going to chill them again. And now my bridges are going to die anyway. So who do I therapy? Me or them? They can't have anything, right? So I'm going to therapy myself and get rid of my Grave Troll. I kill their bridge and I get a token. And then I get all my amalgams in. What did I say I'm going to do? Golgari Grave Troll. It's a bit aggressive on 19 cards, actually, my play, but how do you spell Grave Troll? I always forget where the hyphen is. Cool. Over to them. We are yet to find an Icarid. Did we register Icarids? Did we just like... Did we not register Icarids? What's going on? So here I'll probably be blocking with my Narcs on their Icarids, so that I get tokens off my bridge, I think. They've got triple amalgam over there. The top half of their deck has been pretty brutal to us, pretty kind to them, I think. That's what it feels like, at least, just because I was on the play with a Grave Troll, and I've achieved a lot less than they have. But I'm one bridge to the good, I think. Having been through all 4 of my chills. They can't make tokens, right? So if I block with the 2 Narcomoebas, they're going to have 1 zombie token left over. I'm going to have 3 zombie tokens and 2 tapped amalgams, which means I'm going to be getting in for roughly 12 minus 1 lot of 3. So yeah, I'm gonna leave them slightly low, but not quite dead. Because all their amalgams are tapped. They're gonna also they get my bridge pre-combat. Nice, yeah, good play. They're gonna therapy themselves. So now I'm not gonna block, right? Because nobody's got any bridges. We get to see their hand, which is nice. They've got Force of Will Narcomoeba. And I think they've just put an Icarid into the bin. Oh, no, they put Stinkweed into the bin. Oh yeah, because they got that. So now I don't block this, right? I just take my 3. They get their tokens. Their amalgams. And my Icarids are very slow. So how many Icarids have they got now? They've got 1, 2... Is that the full 4? Brutal. So they've got 4 Icarids. I've got 0 Icarids. I've got 0 to 1 Narcomoebas left. 1 Narcomoeba left. Oh man, my deck sucks. There's gonna be like a stack of Icarids somewhere in my list. We found 1. And the final Narcomoeba. Yes, I'd love to use Narcomoeba's ability. How many cards I got? 8. So if I dredge a Thug, I'm going to have 4 cards left. Yeah, let's do that. Thug sounds fine. 1 therapy, 1, 2, 3, 4 Icarids left. One bridge. Can I get him for 2 with my Narcomoebas? I guess so. I've got loads of life points. How many chills have they been through? 2. So I'm actually at 17. And then they put 4 Ichorids into play. So that's like 24. But I can block a bunch. I can make a token here as well. So yes, I think I'm going to get him for 2. So I can't really be more aggressive than that, can I? Because of my bridge. Well, maybe I was supposed to therapy pre-combat with my baby Narcomoeba, my summoning sick Narcomoeba. I don't know what the best way to display this is. If I attack and they block with the zombie, I think I just lose. I'm just gonna give it a little jab for now. And actually, I can probably just crack an amalgam, can't I? Because I've got amalgams coming back. Crack an amalgam, get a token. All my amalgams come back. I've only got 3. Got less amalgams than them. And then I take 12 off the Ichorids. 14 and 6 is 20. And I chump in front of each amalgam. They'll be at 15. And then I kill them back. Let's therapy them. I'm going to therapy off of an amalgam, I think. Just because then I get a token. I want to take the Force of Will out of their hand. I can't imagine I'm coming up with a spell to cast for the rest of this game. They've got a Force of Will and an Narcomoeba. So that amalgam dies, but then my amalgams will trigger, and that will trigger the other amalgams. Then by the time it's my next turn, I'm going to have 3 untapped amalgams. These 3 nerds can block here, here, and here, right? So token, narc, and zombie can block in front of the amalgams. And then I'll untap with a more lethal board than them, I believe, is how this is going to pan out. That's the plan, at least, anyway, because, yeah. I just need 5 of my 3/3s to get through. I need them to not have another bridge from below in their deck. So we've been through both of theirs so far. Well, yeah, we've been through 2 bridges from them. Some people play 3. I like 3. I think 3 is good. They didn't activate Bazaar. They're happy with their 18 cards. Interesting. So my bridge is insanely dead, but they haven't found a therapy just yet. I feel like they need to go get therapy so that they can like sack their token or something to get rid of my bridge before combat. Because otherwise I'm going to end up with a bunch more tokens as well. Dredge mirrors are weird. They are weird. Like the top half of their deck was so good, but then the top half of my deck had all 4 of my chills, which has given me this like life total advantage. But they had this massive Ichorid advantage. Yeah. We both had the hollow one. I'm unsure about forcing that grief. Although that prevented a token, didn't it? So that's quite cool. Oh no, they're coming into combat, so I think I get stuff from them. So I take 12 here. They've been through 2 chills, which is just 6. So I'm going to go token, 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 right? So that's 12 that I take off the Ichorids. That puts me down to 11. So actually what happens if I don't block with this token here? I take 15, that puts me down to 8. And then they can chill me twice. But that shouldn't matter, they should just die. Right, because if they chill me twice down to 2, they'll go up to 15. I'm going to have another Amalgam and 4 Icarids. And I get to keep a token. And 2 tokens. I feel like this looks good. I can go to 2. If they've got another bridge, I'm dead. Let's just say that. But I don't think they've got the chills to kill me with. Oh, Narcs is big. Yeah, Narcs is a big game. And there's a chill. They don't have another bridge though, or they don't have another bridge yet. So I think it might just be a 75 card mirror. So what do they have? They've got 3 blockers. And 12 life points. But I'm going to have a billion attackers. Right, so I'm going to have more than 4 unblocked 3 power attackers. So yeah, so I think we just sneak this one out. La-di-da-di-da. I've got my Amalgams. And I've got my 4 Icarids. So let's get our graveyard out. So cards don't matter, we just need the Icarids in play. And then we don't really have other options either, we're just all out attacking. I think we've done our little bit of combat thought for the day. And now it's just right click, attack all. Noxious Revival. Noxious Revival's funny. Crunch. Yeah, and they concede. Cool. So, game 1 goes to the player on the play. Big if true. We want these. So this is ley lines to kill their graveyard, vigors to kill their ley lines, an additional green card, ways to kill their bazaar. Okay. Force of Wills are going to go... I usually like keeping the misstep, but I'm not sure. So 3 cuts from this lot. We can probably cut Grief, can't we? We can probably cut a Thug. Anything else that we can cut? 2 Thugs or 2 Griefs? I think I've got 2 Thugs. That's not many Dredges. I ran out of time. Okay, fine. So maybe a bit light on Dredges, but it's fine. We're just going to leyline them and they'll die. Oh no, that's not true. Okay. Opponent starts off with a powder. We just start off with a nice regular mulligan. Did my hand even change? I'm down to 5. Now I'm down to 4. And now I'm going to keep this double bazaar hand. Put 3 cards on the bottom, so that's fairly easy. That's just chill, narc, chill. Hang on, let's do this properly. It's narc, chill, chill. Opponent's got a ley line. If our opponent's got ley line and bazaar, we're just dead, it's fine. The ley line bazaar 7 carder is a bit much in the mirror match. Yeah, they've got the bazaar. So they've got an uncontested graveyard and all the cards to work with. We've got 2 bazaars but no material. So if they didn't have the ley line, we might have had some game. I mean, they don't have a Dredger actually. We've found a Force of Vigor, so let's activate this and get another green card. Nope. But still no Dredger from our opponent, which is quite cool. That's going to at least give us some life. Or some false hope. One or the other. So they let the Icarid hang out, and then they just take a draw, apparently. Surely not. Surely not. One thing I do want to see is if our opponent's got Force of Wills in their deck. They exiled both their bridges to that. Powder, so we're actually potentially ahead if we can hit a green card on our draw step. Right, so still no dredges. 2 cards in hand. My kingdom for a green card. Nope. I'm going to keep Stinkweed Imp. They've got an Icarid trigger. You can probably kill the Amalgam here, right? Still no treasure. In for 4. Any post-combat wastelands? Another way to ice the game. Just another hollow one. Okay then. So I really need a green card, right? I really need a green card. Nope. That probably kills us. Yeah, I think that just actually does mathematically kill us. Because now I think I actually have to vigor the 2 hollow ones to stay alive. I think they can just eat the Amalgam here, right? This game's incredibly over. Yeah, Amalgam makes an Amalgam. Oh, they found something else to eat. I missed that completely. What did they eat? Oh, Shambling Shell. Really? Cool. Okay, so we fall to 1. We can't beat anything. Do we even take another draw step? We don't have a graveyard. We found the Vigor early. We didn't find the green card. Let's just go and get the dagger green card quickly. Ding, ding, ding. Right. But I can't actually achieve anything. So, going to game 3, we're on the play with the intention of keeping 7. Maybe I'm supposed to be on like 0 griefs. I actually can't get to 0 griefs. I can actually, because I can just have a misstep in my deck, right? Yeah, maybe that's cute. Counter a Noxious after we waste it. So we've got a Vigor and we've got 7. So that's good. No players have ley lines. So our Vigor's now like not massively relevant. We found a Stinkweed Imp. We've got Noxious for our Bazaar if they wasteland us. This is our graveyard. We've got Bazaar. I'm gonna wait a while before I start Noxiousing my own chills. It is something I plan on doing at some point, I think. Oh, so there's a hollow one. I'm not going to fight that unless they play a second one. No, okay. So I might want to actually just knock as my own Bazaar, right? We've got a Dredge 5 here. Opponent Noxious is my own. My guy. Sure, okay, that's fine. So I get to draw 2 cards. And then Dredge a Stinkweed Imp. Narcomoeba double chill, kind of cute, kind of cute. So the other two chills are in my graveyard as well. We've got a Narcomoeba. Let's get him for 4 then. I'm not going to do any noxing on them just yet, I don't think. They're happy just to trade the hollow ones at this point, which I think is good. Because that means our Vigor's like a nice clean card to pitch. And then this is their graveyard on the left, my graveyard on the right. They've got Shambling Shell and Stinkweed Imp. They get a chill. So that's their upkeep. They chill to 15. No Narcomoebas just yet. But now the fact that this is their draw step is quite big game because it means we can... well, I was going to say we can Noxious and Narcomoeba, but I'm not Noxing 2 of them, am I? Okay, they've got it. And this is the turn where, like, do they have the second Bazaar, right? This is their turn 2. I could Noxious 2 Amalgams, that I might be up for. I don't know, though. Wasteland, cool. Cool, so it looks like I'm going to be doing that. Noxious this guy back. Put away their graveyard. They get some Amalgams. I've only got a Shambling Shell at the moment, and an Icarid, so that's not great. I think we're quite far behind actually. So I can't Icarid, I can't Shell just yet. I get my Bazaar back online, and now I can Shell them. And miss. So Stinkweed Imp, Vigor, Shambling Shell. Opponent's got no Icarids. So we're going to take a bit of a meaty chunk here. Remember, I've hit all 4 of my chills already. I chilled them twice, right? Yeah, so I've got no more chills. This Noxious in hand is the last chill of ours, and they're both discarded over here. It's another chill from them. They've hit a bridge, which is going to impact how we block this turn, I think. They've hit 2 bridges. 2 bridges, no therapies kind of means they can't really attack me that well, which is actually pretty cool. So in they come. They're going to get 3 for 5. We're going to block this guy to kill their 2 bridges. And I think I might actually Noxious the Narcomoeba. Actually, I can do that after I've activated once, can't I? Both their bridges are gone. They get another Narcomoeba into play. They've only got 1 Icarid. So let's hang out for a moment. Let's do some dredging in response to our Icarid. Stinkweed Imp into Shell, so still fuck all. Another Icarid though. How many cards have I got? 31. How many? I've not been through much. I'm just going to go get another Bazaar, I think. So this is going to eat, what, the Shell? We're going to Noxious our Bazaar of Baghdad and go get another Bazaar. So I need to get to Bridge from Blows this turn to survive this nonsense that's going on. So Stinkweed Imp, Stinkweed Imp, one bridge, one more Narcomoeba. That might not be enough to stay alive. I would like the Narcomoeba. Amalgam's come in tapped. So I can therapy them. How many Icarids do they have? They've got one Icarid. I can block 2 3-powered creatures, which means I'm taking 9 next turn, plus however many chills they get me with. That's brutal. I just got the one bridge right. Does therapying them do anything? I don't think so. I just let my Narcomoeba, my Icarid die. Yeah, I'm just gonna let my Icarid die, and then pray they miss on chills, I guess. I get some amalgams, so I've got the good crack back again, like we did in game 1. I've got a pretty healthy crack back, but I actually think I'm dead here, just because they've got triple Narcomoeba in the sky, and I'm dead to a chill. Nothing there. Also, they did have a third bridge all along. 2 bridges in the yard. One more here. And they've got 11 cards and 6 looks for a chill. Let's get rid of my graveyard because it's not really doing a lot here. So their board state is big and thick. This is their graveyard with an additional bridge from below in it, which actually fucks everything up, doesn't it? Oh, no, it doesn't. So 6, 9, yeah, we're dead to 1 chill. In their upkeep. In their draw step, I mean. And they've got the troll to go and get it with. Unless they dropped a bunch of chills. So draw step, they're just going to dredge a troll. And then we will lose the mirror in round 1. I guess, if they hit the chill. Although that bridge is such a big game. Well, I have to block 3-power creatures so I can eat the bridge. I thought that whole line through a moment ago. There's the chill, so we lose. We're going to let them right-click attack all, though, because why wouldn't you? I wonder if there were spots we could have played better in. You got to get in the skies as well, dude. Yeah, that wasn't the most complex attack in the world. So those guys block there, and then we die. So maybe I was supposed to be notching those chills for a few extra life points. What's it? It's only an extra 2 life points, right? So, you know, that would have made a massive fucking difference. Annoying stuff. Annoying stuff. So I drew the 2 chills early. I traded off the hollow one at the beginning whilst having vigor in hand, right? So maybe that was a spot where I lost some points of damage and some opportunity. We got through 2 of their bridges quite quickly, which was pretty important. Turns out they had the extra bridge, so they were slightly better teched than we were for this sort of matchup. And then they had the leyline game where we mulliganed low. So yeah. Interesting. Maybe their decks are slightly better built for for the mirror with that third bridge in it. And that turned out to be not a massive difference, actually. They didn't bridge me in this game. Game 2, they didn't really need a bridge. Makes me wonder with how they played Game 1, where they weren't dredging with 18 cards. But I feel like I cast 2 Noxious in this game, I should win, you know? Their Time Walk Noxious was fine. I could have Time Walked them with my 2 Noxious and been ahead in that race. But that doesn't sound like a particularly useful use of 4 life, does it? When I can get things like Bazaars and Wastelands back. So, or Chills or Narcs. So, yeah, anyway, see you for round 2. Okay, round 3. Oh, round 3? No, round 2. We're up against Tabusa Cat, who will be on Dredge. So we've got Noxious, Revival, and Grief as interaction. They won't be on Dredge, sorry, they'll be on Doomsday. I'm on Dredge. We've got Grief and Noxious as interaction against Doomsday stacks. We've got 2 Dredges. And we've got like a cheeky blue card that we can hold on to just in case we find a Force. Bazaar on 7 on the play. Perfect, really. I said that last time and lost the match, so maybe I'm punting a bunch of 7 card hand equity into game 1 when really I don't need it. I need that for the post-board games. Yeah, it's a nice 7-carder. And here we go. Opponents arrived. We'll play Bazaar. We'll activate Bazaar. I'm probably looking at Grief Pitching Therapy. So I'm going to discard the 2 Dredges and the Icarid, and then we're going to Grief the Gamer. And if that gets through, that gets through. And if that doesn't get through, that doesn't get through. There we go. So they pitch a Ponder. Cool. So we've got Noxious, which can interact with the Doomsday stack quite nicely. Sometimes they put themselves fairly low. But we've got Grief Icarids. They've got Street Wraith to go and find themselves a new card. We've got another Street Wraith. And no lands. Interesting. I mean, I feel good about our spot, but it could mean they've just got quite an explosive hand to go with in a moment. Like when they find a land, I imagine we're dead, right? I assume it's like that. We didn't find much of our Dredges here. By much, I mean, in this matchup, I'm really big on finding Creeping Chills, because Amalgams are slow, Icarids are kind of slow. Chills are damage, and Chills are damage right now. So we do get the Icarid in, and an Amalgam will be coming back, and we found our Grave Troll. So let's pop that guy over here. Narcomoeba, no therapies, because I pitched my therapy to my Grief. But that's fine. That's going to bring back another Amalgam, and then we've got 2 Icarids going into next turn. So we shouldn't be too far off lethal at that point. We should be good next turn. Opponent's at 12. And I don't know where my Creeping Chills are hiding, but they should probably appear next turn alongside what is going to be a lethal board state in combat in itself. Doomsday is one of those harder matchups for us. They are the quicker combo deck, or a quicker combo deck than us, so Doomsday and Duel are pretty tough. Opponent concedes, no lands, fine. So let's bring in Noxious and Vigors. I don't know where I stand on Wastelands and Strip Mines. They might have a Tabernacle, but I've got Icarids and Chills. I'm not a Sickening Shoal believer. I am a maximum interaction believer, though, so it's hard to make cuts, but I think a couple of Thugs can go. I think the Therapies can go just because they're slow. And maybe I'll cut the 2 Bridges, actually, and bring one of my Thugs back. So yes, I'm cutting Therapies, but they're quite slow. And then I've got a bunch of interaction. Additional green for their leyline. This is a nice mulligan. Goodbye. As is this. As is this. And we'll keep this hand. I don't know how many cards I've got to put back. Put 3 cards back. Okay, so Powder, Revival, Stinkweed Imp. Pray not to get ley lined, but we have got ley lined. Cool. Cool story. Opponent's got a ley line and a land, so rolling high this game. Top card being a Vigor would be ultimately the best thing for us, but it's not. So I believe I do have to play and activate here. Hollow ones are pretty sick here. I think I'll just come off the blue cards. And I think I'll go with a Grief next turn. No, that doesn't make any sense. I'll go with a Grief now to try and not die. And then I can take a turn off. Yeah, maybe I fucked all of this up actually. Because if I go with a Grief now, what are they going to do? Brainstorm? Yeah, so hide the goodies. I could have kept blue cards. I could have not activated. But I kind of want to find the Vigor. But then casting Grief. Yeah, that was all wrong, right? Because if I hold Force of Will and they don't do anything, then... And then if I hold Force of Will and they don't do anything... Oh, what a lot of nonsense. I'm just going to take Gush, I think. I think that's their best card. Yeah, let's just take Gush. They've got infinite cantrips. If I'd held Force of Will here, then I wouldn't have had to activate, would I? I could have just chilled out. Or I'd have more cards in hand and I could activate next turn comfortably, is what I'm trying to say. So I've just used 2 cards I didn't need to use. But now we know we need to find Vigor, because, well, we had to find Vigor anyway. But now we know we need to work through Chills and Icarids. So find Undercity Sewers off of Ponder. They pitch a Flusterstorm. So Thug, so we can't activate here. And then they're just going to plow through all their cantrips. I don't know if taking... Like, Gush is the most different card, right, out of those. That's the one that's actively different. So that's why I took it. The rest of them are just cantrips. Opponent's got 4 cards in hand. They're doing something. Dig through time. Okay. Dig through time is probably going to lock up the ley line. We know about Tabernacles, so the hollow ones are pointless. Oh, there's a hollow one now. So let's activate, see if we can find our Vigor. We can't. I'm going to hold my Stinkweed Imp for a moment, because that's a Dredger. And this Golgari Grave Troll's basically stapled onto my first Force of Vigor, right? So... Opponent doing the whole thing. We're just unable to apply pressure, so... So Delta and Fetch. And back to us. It's a Noxious Revival, which isn't actually the worst. I don't want to use it, but I'll use it if they ask me to. They've seen so many cards that I can't imagine this game's ever going to go our way. They've got a Vamp. And I can Noxious to put the Vamp card back, but the downside of doing that is it means I can't activate next turn. You've got Dark Ritual, Doomsday. I'm not actually going to make them do this. I'm just going to concede here. My interaction's not actually going to win us the game, because I'll just... It's the Noxious interaction is like more of a delay rather than anything else. It can buy you a turn to get in your lethal damage, but it can't make them falter into a way that they lose the game, right? So Leyline tab opener from the opponent is pretty good. I think I'm just going to resubmit here. I've got all the interactive pieces I can fit into my deck, and that's kind of where I want to be against Doomsday. So we've had 2 games though where we've been completely immobilized by Leyline of the Void. This time we do actually have the hollow one as a way through. So let's activate Bazaar. And cast hollow one. So now they need Leyline tab again. They're on 7 cards these 2 post-board matches. Seems somewhat unfair, if you ask me. They're gonna probe me, that's fine. They now know they need to play around permission. And they know about the Noxious. So they cycle a Street Wraith. And they've just got Tabernacle again. Cool. So we now need to go back to finding Force of Vigor, which would be cool if it was a top card. It's not. I'm going to pass because I need to keep green card. I need to keep permission. It has a Scalding Tarn. They cycle another Street Wraith. Yeah, we've just been bodied by double hate this round, haven't we? So I think that's fine. And a Lotus, good on them. I wonder if they've got the Doomsday in hand to go with. Them resolving that Lotus seemed like they were like surprised that there was no fight over it. But like I try to fight over the spells that are the haymakers, right? Like the Doomsdays and stuff. Because up until the point that they're casting those cards, I need to have cards in hand to be discarding to Bazaar. It's my point of view. Like activating the Bazaar is really tough into a Leyline. So opponent's still in the tank. Alright, and then they're done there. So maybe they're scared of Mind Break traps, so they're just giving me a turn. So Shambling Shell. I'm gonna discard Grief Powder Force. Yeah, we've just been too slow to find the Vigors, haven't we? Or the green card in game 2. Opponent's got Ancestral. Should I negate Ancestral? I mean, I can't win the game anyway, but I'll just let them have it. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do in this spot. Like, Ancestral's just drawing them into pieces to kill us with, but I need my cards so that I can find my Vigor. And ideally, I'd like to be able to protect my Vigor, you know? So they floated black here. So DT. They've already got the Tabernacle, so we can let the DT resolve. And then they'll probably force of will us onto their Doomsday. No, they're not there. We can continue to try and play around Mind Break Trap, which is fine because it's just giving us a bit more time. There's the Vigor. And I am going to Vigor Pitching Shell here, because that's going to hold cards in. That's going to mean we've got more cards for interaction, sort of thing. The Noxious is going to help us with the Doomsday stack. So the opponent's got nothing to do. Do I just go for... I guess so. I can't imagine this is not getting Flusterstormed. Our opponent's seen way too many cards. They've just got to work out which way is the best way to counter it. So would I fight over Dig Through Time here? The problem is if they're putting like a dig on the stack, it's just like a massive bait spell so they can then Flusterstorm me. I'm really not excited about that. Oh no, they're just going to Flusterstorm me. Sure, cool. Let's activate this. We didn't find another Vigor. Cool. I'll see you for round 3. Yeah, I think we just got bodied by their openers having Tabernacle Leyline in each one. So it goes. Okay, round 3 of our challenge, and we're up against Zera da Silva. So it'd be cool if I had a responsive computer, but alas, I'm not allowed one of those. Too much to ask for. So this hand's an easy powder. I don't know what our opponent plays, but we're going to mulligan to 6. And we'll keep this. We've got a cheeky force, putting the chill on the bottom. Cheeky force, easy discards. We can force our way into the game. And see where that takes us. Looks like we're getting probed. Yeah, you can know. That's fine. No Lurrus from the opponent. No Yorion from the opponent. I can't name any other companions. Basic Island. This could be another Doomsday gamer. Could be anything really. Island doesn't really narrow it down much. They know our hand. They know our force of will. And that's that really. So, Serum Powder. Cool. Let's get to activating. So I'm going to discard 1 Amalgam, 1 Troll and 1 Powder. And then we'll cast a Hollow one. Ooh, and that just like rolls on through like it's not even there. We've got double force and we've got force plus misstep, which should be good. I feel like I'm happy to come off double force into force plus misstep in exchange for activating on upkeep. That's my point of view from this position. So Delta Fetch gets a Bayou, so some sort of bug gamer. Some sort of bug gamer. Beseiju, okay. I won't shuffle my deck. I don't know why. Because I know that Creeping Chill's the bottom card. Is that why I feel like I shouldn't shuffle? Okay, so we've got double force open for the rest of the game now. We haven't got much in terms of dredge power. We did just find a Therapy and a Stinkweed Imp and an Icarid, so we'll attack the opponent to 4. Not 2-4, 4-4, sorry. We'll attack the opponent for 4 with our 4-4. And yeah, and then we'll just chill. I'm probably going to dredge the Stinkweed rather than eating with it, I think. Depends on what they come up with. Because if I actually eat the Stinkweed Imp and attack for 7 twice, our opponent will die. Oh, they're an Oath gamer. They've got a Time Walk. Do I counter Time Walk here? So if I counter Time Walk, attack for 7, 8. No, I don't think I do. I think I'll let them chill. The opponent's got 4 cards. Brainstorm's one of them. So if I can force through the... If I can force through the Oath, then I should be able to win. I think it's just if they've got a Haymaker this turn, really. So maybe I was supposed to force a Time Walk. This is Show and Tell. Then we get a counter spell off. Then they can't counter back. If it's Oath with Flusterstorm behind, it's problematic. It's Show and Tell, which they can't counter back from, so... It's just if they've got the Show and Tell next turn as well. So Icarid's going to trigger. I think I'm actually just going to eat my Amalgam, right? They're on 12. I'm attacking for 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, if I eat the Amalgam and Dredge a chill, we win now. No chill. No chill. But we can now at least take a Traxxas out of their hand with Therapy. That should be good. So I'll bring back the Narc. We will attack them for damage points. Crunch, crunch, crunch. And I'm just going to Therapy off the Icarid. I'm going to name a Traxxas. A Traxxas Grand Unifier, right? Well. Oath of Druids. Okay, so they were going to Mystical for Oath. They've already used their Time Walk. So they were going to Show and Tell in an Oath. Wild. So what can they Mystical for? They've used Ancestral, they've used Time Walk. They can't, they just flicked straight through to their main phase. So yeah, I think they needed to Mystical for Ponder or something there, I don't know. I don't know what they've got, but their hand was pretty weak towards the end there, so... So this list doesn't have any of the Flare of Malices in it. Malices. We're bringing in the Vigors for potential ley lines. And the Vigors also kill Oaths, which is very good for us. I think I'll come off the Therapies. And maybe just like one other card. Maybe the Revival can just stay out, actually. Oh, that's green. It's so incredibly green. I could cut a Grief. I am on the draw, yeah. Let's trim a Grief on the draw. I don't think they usually have Leyline. I think they've usually got Serra's Emissary, which is why I'd be interested in the Flare of Malice. I have tried it, I think, in 1 or 2 leagues, and I don't think they're playing against Oath in them. So yeah. Sorry, Loud Road is loud. So game 2. It's another 7-card Bazaar hand, so we can't do too much complaining, but we are going to take a little moment to complain about the double creeping chill here. I'm hoping they're not on ley lines. I don't think the Oath decks usually are. But you know, people can build their own sideboards. Dredge had a pretty decent weekend last weekend. I need to come up with a deck to play in the London event on Sunday. I was going to play Dredge, but then I've started to challenge 0-2, feeling relatively helpless. So maybe not. Then I have to come up with something else to play. I'm not really a big fan of where the other Bazaar decks are either. I might just play Squee, just go vibe around playing Squee for a day. So, opponent's got Thoughtseize. They've got 3 cards. Sure, you can Thoughtseize me, bro. They take a Force of Negation. Ah, they've got a Lotus. What fun. And a Sapphire. And that's it. So, over to me. Another Creeping Chill. Is this real life? So Chill, Troll, Imp, Icarid. They can't have a Tinker. They can't have a Mystical. I guess they're just trying to draw something good. They had 1 card in hand at the beginning of the game. I'm just gonna show me the Tabernacle up front. That's fine. I don't care. So Golgari Grave Troll is going to come back. Stinkweed Imp is going to come back. We're going to discard a few cards. I'm going to get my graveyard out. I can see it too. Yes, here. And I will eat a Golgari Thug. And then we'll dredge the Grave Troll. Chill and Narc and Bridge. And another Icarid, which is quite cool. A bit annoyed that I took out the what's it called, these Shambling Shells at this point, but it's fine. They'll be dead in 2 turns. So how many chills have we used? 2. Oh no. There they are. We've used 1 chill, and the rest are here. But double Icarid should make short work of this game, unless their hand is just Atraxa. So let's do some dredging. Well, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So any land drop gives them Atraxa at this point. Let's do some dredging. How many cards I got? 33. Yeah, got places to go, people to see. I don't even know what my deck actually does for me at this point. I don't know what else I'm digging for. So no to the zombies, yes to the Icarids. So this shell can go because it's in the way. I saw a Grief briefly. There we go. And then we just can spam no after this. We get a bunch of tokens back. I've got no chills in my decks. I think I'm actually just going to take a draw. Because if I hit a blue card, that might actually be better than anything else, really. So let's press cancel. Immediately hit a Bazaar of Baghdad. So that's cool. Let's play a Bazaar. And I'm just going to draw cards, okay? Because I just want to hit a blue thing to play with. There we go. Tasty. And then we'll go to combat and attack them for 6. And now we've just locked up the game, right? They've got 1 card in hand. They're a mana away from Atraxa, so they can go land, and then they can concede the game. So our Amalgams are going to come in. It's going to take us a while to get around to the Amalgams. But hey, right, let's put everything away. This is our board state. Our board state is in massive amounts of flux due to Tabernacle at Pendle Vale, but we've got Icarids, and Icarids don't care about Church. So, Time Walk, sure. Do I just counter that? I think so. And then it's my turn. Our opponent has graciously conceded before we have to click through all of this shit. We want a match, congratulations us. I didn't think this day would come. It felt like so long since I've done that. I want to thank my mum and my dad. No, that was like Oath is one of those matchups which is a bit funny. I think you need to build for Oath, and I don't think we are built for Oath. But we can still just about scrape it through. Right, it's just one of those decks where they're just throwing haymakers at you. And when their like whole game plan is to throw 2 to 3 haymakers at you, and your whole game plan is to counter their first spell and then win, it does lead to a matchup where, yeah, the second haymaker can stick and end the game. And we're not very good in the post haymaker world. But hey ho, today we got there. I'll see you for round 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Okay, round 4. We're up against Gracias Portanto. Yeah. Where's my sideboard here? I've won a die roll. That's pretty cool. Bazaar on 7? Any bazaars on 7? Anything out there for us? No bazaar on 7. Opponent's got a Lurrus of the Dream Den. We're going to mulligan. And we're going to go to 5. So typically against Lurrus, we're hoping for them to be on the more blue-black version. That's usually slightly better game for us. We're going to put the chill on the bottom with the powder, hold on to the Narc, and we're going to try and hold on to this Noxious where we can. I don't know if I'd come off of Noxious for a hollow one. I don't need to think about that, so that's quite cool. We'll keep one Noxious and one Force of Will, and then we'll pass the turn. So this is our graveyard. We've got the Troll, which is the Dream. We've got an Amalgam, and then we'll probably just try and do some slow dredging if we've still got a Noxious in play on our turn. We've got a Delta. Ooh. Magic Online having struggles. Oh, and a Lotus. I guess we let that go. So Lurrus, Lotus. I wonder what we're concerned about here in terms of what can they have. I think I'm going to dredge slowly, just so I can keep both Force of Will and Noxious going. I just hit another dude, so that's quite nice. So maybe we just pass here. And then we can do some second main phasing. I've hit another dredger. They haven't done anything. Just taking that one turn is going to give us the opportunity to remain on Noxious the whole time. They've got Time Walk, which is great for them. They've got 5 cards in hand. So like a Bug Lurrus deck, which is quite cool. That usually means they've got like a Besage and stuff as well, though. Which is slightly less cool, if you ask me. So they're purchasing Lurrus, and we will Force of Will the Lurrus. So do that. They force back, so we'll Noxious the Black Lotus. They've got nothing to do this turn. They just have a 3-2. What do they pitch their force? A negation, sure. So in their second main phase is when we'll do our activation. We've got a Thug going here. And we hit a Stinkweed Imp and a Narcomoeba and a Creeping Chill. So that means we're going to get this Amalgam back in. We haven't hit loads in 22 cards, but that's fine. I feel okay with where we're at. So our Amalgam will come back into play tapped here. We've got Bridge from Below as well. So if we want to, we can go after something. I don't know what they can have here, though. That's going to be scary. I mean, we've got Cabal Therapy, sorry. More Icarids, more Chills. Narc can come in. I've got 27 cards. Icarid's going to be a Grief, I imagine. And then we'll Dredge dredge our troll. So 2 therapies. Let's attack first, I think. How many bridges have I got? Just the one? Oh no, I've got both of them. Okay, so let's therapy them off of our Summoning Sick Narcomoeba. And what do we think we name? Psychic Frog? They don't have a frog, do they? I actually don't know what I can name here that they could have. Oh, this game has ended, so they can't have anything. Cool. This game has ended. Bug Lurrus is interesting. I think we'll bring in... We'll look at bringing in everything that's not Leyline of the Void. And then we'll go from there. We don't need Chalice on the draw. I'm not a big fan of the forces usually. It gives me 2 cuts. Thug's always a cut in my book. And then maybe one of these Sickening Shoals aren't necessary. So we'll roll with that for now. And then we'll reassess if we want more blue in game 3. So they continue to have a Lurrus. Just something to look out for. Like about a year or so ago, some of the Lurrus decks would, like the Vault Key Lurrus decks, would sideboard into Tinker with Sphinx. And then this hand looks good. We've got a misstep. And then after that, some people occasionally will have a Leyline in their sideboard. So 7 cards, all of them gravy. Wasteland's an interesting one. I'm gonna misstep this needle and hope to not get flustered back. I've got Spell Pierce. Sure. It's fine. I might just wasteland them, to be honest. Wouldn't hate drawing a Vigor. It's an Emerald. They've got 2 cards in hand and a Soulguide Lantern. Wow. Cool story. So because I can't just go on to slow dredging, I am going to waste them. And I've got the Strip Mine as well. But I need to find a Vigor to get through this game. Okay, no, they're coming off of it, so that's cool. I've got a Lotus, wow. Powerful opener from the opponent. Cool. So now we'll pass, because the Soul Guide's gone, so we can actually get on to slow dredging. And we can kill a Lurrus if they play one. Cool. So let's discard a Stinkweed Imp. I found a Flooded Strand. So you're able to buy Lurrus, play Lurrus. They won't be able to get back into Soul Guide Lantern, right? You can cast this and then I can kill Lurrus. They've got not very many cards. Oh, they have still got the Force of Will though. That's probably going to kill us. So I don't think I can dredge here, can I? Maybe I did want to dredge there. Now they've just got Soul Guide Lantern on a loop, so I think we'll give this one up and go to the next game. Oh wait, I didn't bring in all my Vigors, so I fucked that up then. That was just a misclick. That was just a misclick. So what card don't I want? Now I'm on the play, I want the Grief. Maybe a Therapy can go, and then yeah, and I'll bring in Chalice over Therapy here. Pretty cracked opener from the opponent, right? Wasteland, Soul Guide, Needle, Lotus. I don't know if it's going to be double Grief though. So, of our pitch cards, Stinkweed Imp is the most important. I think I'm going to Grief pitching Amalgam first, and then go from there. I've still got the bridges in the board because like a couple of 2/2s in the deck, sorry, because a couple of 2/2s can win these matchups because the Lurrus decks aren't particularly good at winning games. Like not winning games, right? Closing games, right? They don't have much closing speed. So I'm going to pitch the Amalgam, which I already hate actually. I really despise that play. I think I should pitch the Ichorid first. So they've got Wasteland Saga. I'm taking both their cards anyway. So let's start off by taking the Walk, I guess. And then we'll activate Bazaar. Another Bazaar's cool. So we'll come off these three. We know we're getting wasted anyway. So we will Grief pitching. And we'll get rid of the Frog now. So now they've just got their nonsense lands. One of them's a Wasteland. That's going to waste their entire turn. That's why it's called Wasteland. And then I'm going to Bazaar them. So that should be good unless they've top decked some nonsense like a Needle. Yeah. There goes the Wasteland. We know their hand is mono lands. I will eat a Grief for some damage. I will Dredge a Stinkweed to get rolling with. A hit of Grave Troll and a Thug. So let's Grave Troll them. And now let's Thug them. And we win the match. Yeah, cool. That was just the power of double interaction out of Dredge, so admittedly I did top deck the second Bazaar. But even from that first spot, I felt like we were in an okay position, right? They waste their whole first turn, and I would have 2 Dredges before they play a Saga, I think. So, yeah, cool stuff. 2 and 2. See you for the next round. Okay, then so round 5, I'm up against Oskia. We're on the draw. We're going to take a mulligan. And another one. But it is game 1, so we do have the usual advantage of being Dredge in game 1. So if we can just find the Bazaar. No, apparently not. Do we care about any of these cards? Let's keep an Ichorid. Let's keep a Stinkweed, I guess. So powder that nonsense. A mulligan to 4. Mulligan to 3. Eek. To 2. We've mulliganed a lot today. I don't really need. And then to 1. Cool. Cool story, cool story. I found a Bazaar. Let's press keep this time. I found a Bazaar. We're on the draw. We've got just a hope and a prayer to win this game. Sometimes this happens. The opponent has not revealed a Lurrus. They have kept 6 cards. Let's see what they're kind of up to before we go to sideboarding. They are also a gamer. Let's see what sort of gamer that they are. And you can just almost assume Dredge at this point. Not many people are playing aggro Vine and stuff. Why would you grief me? You know my card. Cool. So there's an Ichorid. We can't do anything, so we'll just wait. And then we'll activate later. They've got a Stinkweed Imp. Yeah. We are going to need an absolute fucking miracle to win this game. They've found 4 Ichorids in the top 12 cards or something. That's insane. That's insane. That's too much of a clock, isn't it? We needed them to just like mill a bunch of Force of Wills. Right, we didn't need them to mill 12 damage on turn 3. So, yeah, cool. We mulligan to 1 in the Dredge matchup. They hit 2 bridges and 4 Ichorids, which is not bad. Good on them. Okay, so let's see if we can hit a Dredger and do anything relevant here. I can't actually do anything, so end of activation is fine. Yeah, I'm going to activate this. and I hit no dredges. So let's go to the next one because I can't actually put a creature in play this turn, and they're going to kill us 4 times. Cool. Cool game. So we want all of the non-shoal cards here. The non-sickening shoal cards. Wink. So that's the full 12. So shit the bed, I need a computer. There we go, what a Magic Online. My hero. And then the blue cards can go because they're very bad. The misstep can sometimes stay if you want it to. I think I'm just going to pink the griefs. Maximum dredges. Keep the misstep. Kill your ley lines. Kill your bazaars. So, yeah. Ding dong, let's hit submit and go down to game 2. Where I'm on the play. And this time I have a bazaar on 7. So we'll keep this. I've got double hollow on to play around there. Ley line. But I can still get figured pretty hard, right? So they've got a ley line. So let's activate and definitely discarding the chill. So imp, leyline, chill can go, and then we'll cast 2 hollow ones. And we'll pass the turn. So opponent kept 7 as well, which is not ideal seeing as they've got access to their graveyard. So leyline, bazaar. They bazaar into 2 dredges and a narc, and they've got a hollow one of their own. I would like to, at some point today, find a vigor in good time. Okay, that's my one request. That is not it. That is not it. So we'll hold on to green cards, we'll attack for 8. With low amounts of hope for this match. Quite a quick destruction from us. Them blocking is kind of good news. It just means that they don't have the vigor. It means that they're not concerned about their clock right, but it's not great. So they're going to activate Bazaar. They hit Chill, Double Bridge. Chill, Double Bridge. That was off of 2 thugs, right? So yeah, they just got 2 thugs in a ley line. They chill me, but they don't get anything to play just yet, and they've got 1 more dredge off of just a thug again. So putting a Narcomoeba on top of their deck to try and trigger their amalgam. Let's see what they do, because I might target that 2 Narcomoebas naturally. Okay. Cool. So I can't really attack for a moment, can I? Because of the double bridge. If they just hit 1 Narcomoeba there, we can interact with it, but they didn't, they hit 2. So their amalgam comes back. Yeah, I think we're aggressively dead, unless we find a vigor, like, exactly now. So Leyline of the Void, perfect. Cool, so I'm not going to attack. We just haven't drawn anything. Yes. Tough beats. So it looks like we're just going to need to go to round 3 to try and get anything out of this tournament. Or round 6, sorry. So that happens. Do I want to pop the Icrid on top? No, I think I'll just block. Opponent dredges again, 2 more Icrids. In they come. We'll block the amalgam. And I'm going to just top one of the bridges, I think. Just to try and stay slightly more alive. Although I'm dead on board actually. I'm dead on board with no way back in. So yeah, and then all their amalgams see each other. Yeah, sure. Cool. So an absolute demolition of us this round. I'll see you for the final round. Okie dokie, sixth and final round of our Dredge challenge, and we're up against Ace King versus Jack, which is very fun. I wonder what's got the better equity in that hand. I think, is that a 50-50 coin flip? I don't know. It's been a while since I've played cards. Yeah, so we're going to mulligan anyway and go to 6. And we're on the draw, but we've got a nice grief hand. I am going to pop the chill on the bottom because I think that just does more work, and I can pitch one of these shells if I need to. Opponent on 7. No Lurrus revealed. Mox Sapphire is the lead. And that is all. Oh no. Okay, so Chrome Mox. Okay, so more than likely going to be a mono white gamer. March of Otherworldly Light, and then a land to follow. Cavern of Souls. Pray for no Archon. Oh no, they named Archon. Okay. Tough beats. So let's grief them. And then we'll play a tap Bazaar of Baghdad. This should hopefully get rid of their clock. Vexing Bauble and Plough. Let's just take the Bauble, I guess. Plough's not too much of a drama. But they're now left with very little. So, and we'll get a Bazaar activation next turn. So they've got a Plough in hand plus 1 mystery card. And we just need them to not hit an initiative threat too quickly. That's an Ancient Tomb. That's cracking. I don't think I want to pick up my grief. I think I just want to get my dude in my graveyard and get dredging. So I will activate Upkeep just so we can get a dredge on the shell. So Icarid, Narcomoeba, Shambling Shell. We could actually pick up the grief, couldn't we? Oh, but then I wouldn't have the spell to cast. So no, let's just dredge our Shambling Shell. Say a prayer. We hit a Narcomoeba and a Therapy. So let's just take their Plough now. And then that way our Icarid is going to stick around. Yeah. I don't have a Dredger, but I will have 2 Bazaars. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem, I don't think. Swords to Plowshares, Swords to Plowshares. Play Bazaar. And then it's over to the opponent, who's got no cards in hand and just an Archon of Cruelty. We've got 2 Bazaars. We don't have a Dredger at the moment, but we can always get this shell into the yard first of all. Opponent found a Bauble. I think that's fine. They're probably just going to cycle the Bauble. Oh no, they're not. I think the Bauble's good. Good. So I don't think the Bauble's good right here. I think the Bauble's good for me. I feel like they're supposed to sack it off of like the Ancient Tomb mana or the Cavern mana or something to try and find something to do, because they're not getting anywhere at the moment, are they? So Icarid will trigger. We'll activate the Bazaar. Find a Stinkweed Imp, which is pretty cool. I'm going to discard Chill. Where's my graveyard? It's over here. So we've got a Grief underneath this Icarid, so we can go again here. And let's do Stinkweed Imp. Stinkweed Imp. We found an Amalgam. We found very little else. Icrid can come in, we can eat the grief that's behind it. That'll trigger our amalgam. And I think I'm just going to pick up my creeping chill and just burn them. Is that better than a Narcomoeba? Oh, hang on. Ignore me, they played a bauble. So let's just continue dredging then, I guess. So another amalgam, that'll be in their end step. Another Icrid, that'll be killing them next turn. In we go. Amalgam in, Icrid out. No bridges, but that doesn't matter. The other amalgam triggers here as well, so he'll be back on our opponent's end step, which means we're attacking for 12 next turn. So opponent goes for the bauble. I do like having my graveyard there, actually, thank you. Opponent takes a draw step. Caracas, and nothing else. They are still attacking me. Main phase, and then... Oh, no. So in their end step, our amalgam triggers. I think I'm just going to put a creeping chill on top of our deck, just to deal more damage. There's now no baubles in play, so it's fine to do. Let's just go with massive amounts of burn. We've got 32 cards in our deck. We've got triple Icrid, so that will be 15 from creatures, 18 from the chill. So Stinkweed Imps, Golgari Thugs. I don't think I need to do much more, do I? That's actually just lethal already. So that's cool. So unless they've got a random Containment Priest here, or another Plow. Plow doesn't even stop it because I hit 2 chills. And we're going to take game 1 from our opponent here. The shell can go. I'm just going to yield to these for a moment just so I can get through my turn. Grief can go. Shell can go. Draw step, we'll try to Stinkweed Imp. Another Narcomoeba. Another click on the amalgam. And then we're going to go to combat and attack for 15. Which is more than 11. I do like our mono white matchup. The ball has obviously made it slightly more difficult. Oh, they found something. What on earth can this be? It's like March and Die. Yeah, cool. So what do we need? All of this is not a ley line. On the draw we can lose Chalice. Blue cards. Blue cards. Thug, 2 therapies. Keep Misstep for Bauble, Misstep for Plow. Triple Sickening Shoal for the 3/3 and Containment Priest. 3/3 that taxes us. I've bought in the Wastelands this time. We've also got the Sickening Shoal for the 3/2. That means we can't attack the body us last time. So let's see how we do. Okay, so a nice keep here on 7 with a Sickening Shoal. And a Vigor to try and find something with if they do in fact leyline us. Not many mono white gamers leyline us. I think they're a bit more tab and permanent based, but this shoal should do some good work. We've got a hollow one to break through the Chancellor trigger if they've got it. If they've got a turn 1 bauble, then we're in a lot of trouble. So that's that. That's my assessment of this opening hand. The thing with this hand though, Ace King versus Jack Jack, is I think A lot of it depends on whether it's ace king off, whether you want to be going for it or not, right? I'm just trying to remember. It's been years since I played, but I think ace king off is probably worse than jack jack. But jack's probably slightly favoured, or slightly worse than ace king suited. And it's annoying that they haven't specified, because then we've got less to think about. So I might have to ask them later. The jacks are probably not suited though. Okie dokie, so opponents on the play, they've mulliganed to 5, which I'm not in love with. Well, I am in love with that actually, but I'm quite concerned about a bauble here. Like, just bauble into lock piece is going to be kind of horrible for us to cope with. Lotus Petal's good because it usually means that they don't have a lot in terms of mana, like white mana. They've named a human, so they're just like balls deep on this Containment Priest, which we've already got covered. So that's quite cool. Take our draw, play our Bazaar, give it a spin. I'm not discarding Icarid here without another black card. There we go. So we can discard the Icarid. So, do I want to? Let's go with Powder, Icarid. Powder. And then we'll cast a Hollow on. And that gets through. And then we can just... Do we Vigor their Petal in their upkeep? I think we do. So they've got 3 cards. This will get the Containment Priest out of their hand. It will tap their mana for their turn. And then we can kill the priest and carry on with our day. Okay. We are going to chill though. I think. Because if I get wastelanded, then there might be worse problems than a Containment Priest. Yeah. So they wasteland my Bazaar. But now we're 2 cards in hand against 3 cards in hand. But something like a Ancient Tomb White Plume next turn or something like that. I know they can't do that with Cavanon Human. But that could be problematic for us. So we're just going to trade blows for a while. I've got a 4-4, you've got a 2-2. That's the game that we're currently playing. Another Bazaar, a Noxious, anything like that will be cool. The second Sickening Shoal is obviously a fantastic draw. They've got 3 cards in hand. Hopefully no follow-up land, to be honest with you. Hopefully that was their whole plan. They've got the face down land. Okay. It's their final card. Anointed Peacekeeper. So I've probably got to kill Containment Priest in response to Peacekeeper before I can't cast anything. And then they can decide whether they want to name Sickening Shoal or Bazaar of Baghdad. But that all seems fine, right? They can brick, I can brick. They name Sickening Shoal. I draw Stinkweed Imp. I attack for 4. Opponent's at 9, we just need them to brick out on a couple of lands, to be honest. For us to just get through. They didn't have anything. Oh, they've got some costs to pay. They plough my guy. Okay, that's annoying. I draw a Vigor. They draw an Ancient Tomb. So, trading blows. I can't grief myself. I'm just going to pass. I can't get a Dredger into my yard. We go to 18. I'm going to pass again. They can cast basically all their cards at this point, so the moment they hit a spell that matters, it's over. But if we can get to a Bazaar or a Dredger or a discard sort of thing, then we're gaming. Next turn we get to discard the Stinkweed Imp and go from there. Basic Plains. I go to 9. This is my graveyard at this point as we approach discard time. Yeah, discarding Stinkweed Imp, and we're going to play that game. We go to 6. And they've got nothing. And we've got Icarid, which won't eat a Stinkweed Imp. But we will dredge a Stinkweed Imp. Give me more dredges. That's a Creeping Chill and a Grief. So no more dredges, so I can't use my Grief from hand. We trade places with our opponent. 6 plays 9. Stinkweed Imp goes away. So slow dredge versus mono white. I need to hit more dredges so I can start using the cards in my hand. So this has gone exactly how we needed it to go, in that we've drawn up to 7 and our opponent has bricked incredibly hard. We're now going to get an Icarid into play. And we're going to start beating for 3. So Icarid eats Grief. I imagine they've got some plows in hand, sort of thing. Another Icarid and a Golgari Grave Troll. So let's attack for 3. Yeah, we get plowed, that's fine. I'm going to Grief them, pitching my Sickening Shoal. I'm expecting just to see nonsense in hand, maybe some more plows. Chrome Mox and Mana Crypt, sure. So yeah, pure shite. But this is another piece of food for my Icarid next turn, right? I could have just discarded a Stinkweed Imp, but it's ruled out the fact that they have another plow. So Peacekeeper sends me back to 6. Icarid eats Grief, and then we dredge a Grave Troll. With the assumption that that's going to find me another bridge. Yep. Not another bridge, a Stinkweed Imp, sorry. So we attack for 3. Opponent blocks. I get a 2-2. And we know opponent's got Chrome Mox in hand. Did I say the Mana Crypt? That was weird. Sweaty ends. Opponent doesn't seem to have anything. And we're going to hit them for 5 and a dredge 5. Oh, they found a priest. Mother. So we won't eat. How many chills have we been through? 2 of 4. Okay, so no Icarid, but yes to dredging. Chill and a Narcomoeba. Doesn't matter. Attack for 2. At some point they've got to block, right? They won't block this turn. And then we'll discard a Grave Troll, and that's going to give us the most looks at our final Creeping Chill. And we've got one left. They found a Human Creature spell. It's just another Peacekeeper. Which is fine, right? We're just on Creeping Chill, so... I don't know what they name. I don't know if I care. I guess he can name Sickening Shoal again. Noxious Revival or something. Well, they're looking at my hand, right? You just name Force of Vigor. That's the only card I've got that I can cast. Sickening Shoal, sure. But I'm not going back into that world, I don't think. Interestingly, they have tapped out of all their white mana, which means they can't even plow their creatures to stay alive this turn if we can hit something off of the troll. 2 Icarids will trigger, but we can't do that because of this. The Amalgam. We'll bring back the Grave Troll. We'll hit a Narcomoeba. We won't attack because it's going to run into a 3-3. And we'll discard Grave Troll. 16 cards for us. Opponent needs to find a plow so they can plow their own creatures. I will take 3 from the opponent. Or I will trade with the Containment Priest. Yeah, so, and they come for 3. Back to us. All in on chill. There's a grave troll. And there's a creeping troll. Have you found a plough? Doesn't look like it. We're victorious. So we struggle our way to a 3-3 finish, which is going to be good for a cheeky little rebuy in this challenge. So that was Dredge. Thanks for watching. I don't know if I played particularly well. I feel like I got a bit unlucky in some spots. I don't know if we ever found a vigor to cast in the whole day against the ley lines and stuff. So it goes. Anyway, see you next time with more Bizarre decks.